Silver's on the scene. It is Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. Hope everyone had a fantastic Tuesday. Hope yesterday, Monday, was great. Weekend was great. And looking forward to wrapping up this week. And you know what? A week from today, 1 week from today, Santa Claus comes. That's right. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hope everyone's in the holiday season. The only thing is Sebastian Rogers isn't in the holiday season, or at least we don't know. Hopefully he is somewhere happy, healthy, full of life, alive and well. And even though he's not with his family, maybe he's somewhere where he's being taken care of. Sebastian Rogers, now 16, Have You Seen Me? Gone from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee, 295 days today, ladies and gentlemen. That's 9 months, 3 weeks. 9 months, 3 weeks. One more week, and we're doing 10 months. Gone way too long. Way too long. Say his name, Sebastian Rogers. No distraction in finding Sebastian. Be careful of distraction as we're trying to find Sebastian, and we'll bring him home. I want to throw this up here. I kind of tweaked it a bit. The disclaimer on the wall. You'll hear me throughout the video. I may say disclaimer on the wall, especially in this one because I'm going to reveal some things, so listen carefully. The content in this video is intended for informational purposes only. Everything you see in this video is alleged and in my opinion. That's the IMO, right? If I ever text you or email you, I may put IMO, in my opinion. Not to be taken as fact. It is all my opinion. Please enjoy this video. Thank you for your support. Now, as we've talked before, whether I'm searching or whether I'm doing videos such as this, these are some facts. So what I'm saying in that disclaimer and what my channel says in the description on this disclaimer is not everything in here don't take as a fact, because do your own research, look at things. I'm trying to inform you on Sebastian Rogers so we can eliminate distraction and find Sebastian and bring him home. So say his name, Sebastian Rogers. Gone 295 days, 9 months, 3 weeks. Okay? So here it is. This is fact. This flyer's real. $250,000 reward. Have you seen me? We have a photo here with him and his mom, Katie. That was his last meal with her, allegedly, right? 3 big photos of him here, and then 5 photos down here. Distribute this flyer. Print it. Post it. Send it. Get it out to people. Because the more people that know his face and see his face, well, if they're standing beside him in a public place, then guess what? We can bring him home. Let's see here. I think we're going to go with this one. Yes. Okay, here we go. So let's get started. Let's get rolling. We have some very important things to discover here. And this is the thumbnail that you clicked on. Sebastian Rogers, FBI, TBI. SCSO, if you don't know, is Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Spoke with the detective. What did he say? Evidence turned over. That's right. Evidence turned over. So here's the thing. It is Tuesday, December 17th. Last week I spent my first part of my week in Knoxville, then my second part of my week in Nashville, doing my full-time job. And then I had a chance to go out and search. Let me stop right here and think, and I'm going to put their description or their link to their page in the video. Let me sincerely thank Car Guy 1 and Car Guy 2. If you've watched my search videos, the first video from Saturday They were there with me the entire day. We started somewhere around 9:30 a.m. We finished somewhere around 3:30 p.m. And so a solid 6 hours. We walked Drake's Creek for the most part. That's the area we searched. And, well, I'll say for the most part, the entire part. And so that was on Saturday. Sunday, let me thank Terry Lynn. Check out Terry's page. Most of you know Terry Lynn. Let me thank Terry Lynn. After speaking with her, we went back to a particular location, a specific location, in the afternoon of Sunday. That was more like a 3:30 to a 5:30. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you live in the area, then you know, right? It gets dark. It gets dark. It gets dark. It gets dark. I think I said on the video 5:30. It was probably more like about 4:45 when I was making that statement, because I finished out a video of that video from Sunday at about 5:18 as I was showing how dark it is. So the area we were searching, hopefully, allegedly, nothing went down there, nothing happened there to Sebastian, but if it did, my goodness, no one could have seen it. No one could have seen it. Okay, so how do I start here? So what I want to talk about, so you saw the search videos, recap on those. Basically, we were at 2.7. We started, when we talk about the X, okay, and I don't have, I guess I could throw the map up. I can throw the map up. Let's do that. Let's do that. I didn't even plan on that, but let's do that. That's a good thing. So let's throw the map up here. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to throw the map up here. So Google Maps, and we're going to key in his home where he went missing 9 months, 3 weeks ago. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so here we are. So, when I first started searching for Sebastian, I called it walking, looking for him. What did I do? If you follow my channel, you'll know what I basically did. I'm trying to get that. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, here we go. So let's move around here. So here's his home right here. Okay, pointer small, apologize. There's his home. Here's his high school. Okay. And then here's the X. When you hear me talk about the X, for the most part, it's Long Hollow Pike, crossing over. Down here, it's New Shackle Island Road. Up here, most people know it as New Hope Road. You have Warsham's, they call it Beach Market, and you have the storage, which is Beach Storage. What you have running through here, as you see my pointer, is Drake's Creek. Now, this Drake's Creek runs through the entire town of Hendersonville, Tennessee, leading all the way into the Cumberland River. So what are you looking at? Let's go back here. This is Sebastian's home. This is north. This is south. This is west. This is east. So you come out of his home, hit Long Hollow Pike, start going east. There's his high school. Okay. Continue east, you find the X. Okay. If you can continue further east, you come to Long Hollow Church. Here's a Frisbee Golf right along Drake's Creek. So from his home, oops. What just happened? Hold on. So from his home to the X is right at a mile. When you cross over that X and you're down here like 1.1, 1.2 miles. So the straight shot through is a mile. Same thing here with the storage building and the thing. So when you hear me talk about the X, the last time I was in Hendersonville, I focused heavily on this X. Okay? Checking this side near the road, this side near the road, this side near the road. Then we jumped into Drake's Creek, went up, went as far north, because this is going north, and his home's over here, so northeast of his home. Went as far as Ward Lane here. At this Ward Lane, you see this Ward Lane? Okay, this is northeast of his home. Go up northeast. I walked through a drainage pipe here and it ended up in this area. And then that was it. That was our search. What we failed to do was this. We did 1, 2, 3. There's 4 parts to an X. We failed to do this. So when we started Saturday, we started here. Okay, we started here. And we closed the gap between here and here. Because the way this turns, I had walked as far as about right here coming from the market. and I'd gone under the bridge and I've been about right here. So there was a whole area to clear. We did that. Car guys 1 and 2. Then we jumped in the car and we were driven by Silvers 2. You see Latimer Lane? We were driven all the way up to Sandy Valley Road. Why Sandy Valley Road? Well, I'd been given a clue, or a tip, if you will, to go to Latimer Lane, and these roads cross over here. Again, here's this creek. See how this creek runs? It gets away from New Hope Road right in here, comes back, meets up with it again. So this creek is running through, as I said earlier, this entire town. Strake's Creek. Now, you know Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. That's his full name. He has 2 middle names, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I don't believe Sebastian wasn't born in this town. I'm not sure where he was born, but I don't know if, coincidence, whatever, that did he visit Drake's Creek? I mean, he just has the same name, middle name, as this creek. Not that it does or doesn't mean anything, right? Just a coincidence, I'm sure. But he lives a mile from Drake's Creek. So as I was looking at Latimer Lane, I said, well, if we go up a little further, there's another bridge. So we dropped off here, and this is where we started. And we came down and walked the creek. We walked it all the way. Our goal was to go all the way to Beach Market. Somewhere, I don't know what it is about Ward Lane. It's kind of interesting because I had, this is, oh man. I have to take a pause right here. This is very interesting. My goal was to walk all the way down to the market, come out, and be done. And I fell in the water right about here, somewhere right in here. Now, I had already walked up to here, so I met up to where, so when I crossed, I was at Ward Lane. Maybe I was a little bit further down here, but I crossed, I was right at Ward Lane. And Silvers 2 and the car guys came and got me. So that's what we did. And so then on Sunday, based on what we're going to talk about here shortly, some fines, Terry Lynn and myself went back to here. This was later, 3:30. We're out there for about 2 hours till 5:30. And we walked down through here, and you see this is very steep off the main road. And what I was saying just a moment ago is, even though, so in the daytime, of course, you can see, but at night, it is so dark. If I'm down here, if I'm in the creek, it's a drop off. You're not going to see me anyway. But if I'm over on this side trying to wave at you, you're not going to see me. Very dark, very dark. So that's where the search was, okay? Let's see here. I was going to throw another photo, but that's okay. So that's where we did the search. So thank you, Terry Lynn. Thank you, car guys 1 and 2. Just great people. Really good people. People that would do anything for you. People that care about Sebastian Rogers. So thank you. Thank you very much. So what came of these searches, and by the way, if I sound sometimes like I'm tired, okay? So I'm tired. I was really tired Sunday morning. Didn't think I would go out. Maybe that's why it took so long to get out there. But we need to go back, and that's why you see somebody had asked in the comments or an email or something, why in the dark? Wasn't really a purpose. I mean, it was good though. We got to see, because if something happened in this area, whether Sebastian went out on his own, allegedly whether someone took him out there for whatever reasons, it would have been very, very dark. And remember, this was, we pulled out around 5:30 roughly, and can you imagine 3 a.m.? Can you imagine midnight? So just dark. There was a house directly across the street you saw in the video had Christmas lights. And I was thinking, well, that house may have seen something if something happened here, but no, it's dark. It's very dark. Okay, so what does this mean? Monday came, and let me just show you the videos. This first video has audio, so we'll let it play, and I believe it is, let's see. Nope, it's not that one. We'll get to that one. That's one. Okay, so let's play this, and we'll get into We just recapped Saturday, Sunday. So what happened on Monday? Here we go. Silver's on the scene, and I'm back. Friday was my first trip to here, FBI. Today is trip 2. Where is Sebastian Rogers? Indeed. Where is, and I just dropped down his flyer, where is Sebastian Rogers? So there you go. You see me pulling into the FBI. Okay, this is about 9 in the morning. I think it was 9:30 in the morning. FBI. Okay. Then I was here, and I'm going to kind of give you a preview. There's going to be no audio to this, and I'll tell you why after I play the video. This is the TBI. Nashville location, TBI. That guilt shall not escape, nor innocence suffer. Interesting. Okay, so why is there no audio here? Because I was so frustrated. This was after FBI. I was so frustrated. I didn't want you hearing those comments I made. And you could hear it in my voice. So, what happened? FBI, you know that on Friday, before this weekend, so Friday the 13th, searched on the 14th, searched on the 15th. This is the 16th you just saw. From my hotel, I was about 11 miles from the FBI. And Friday I went there. I showed them the phone, met a great agent. Yeah, he didn't keep the phone. Some of you were asking about that. He didn't keep the phone because he wasn't the agent on Sebastian's case. And this was the gist of it. He took down tons of information about it, took photos of it, different things, gave it back to me, of course, to hold. And he was going to show this to the case agent. So I'm no cop, right? I'm no law enforcement. But it makes sense. Ever how long this case agent's been on the case? A month, the entire 9 months, 3 weeks. He knows the direction he's going in Sebastian's investigation. And of course, they're not going to tell us. They don't need to tell us. So when he gets an opportunity to sit down and look at everything that's shown from this phone, I may or may not receive a phone call. Meaning, hey, it's relevant. It could be relevant to the case. Yet, based on where I found it, based on different factors, even without looking at it, he may know immediately it's not relevant to the case. And that's where law enforcement comes in, okay? So I have not heard anything back. But that Friday was such a great meeting. It was such a great meeting that for me to go back on Monday with the evidence, possible evidence, potential evidence, alleged evidence, in my opinion, I was a little nervous because I think it could be great evidence. It could be break this thing open evidence, or it could be nothing. It's kind of nothing in between. It's either one or nothing. And so I went here. I did the same thing as I did. They have the doors locked. So you press a call button. Guy comes on and says, "How can I help you?" And I mentioned Sebastian Rogers, and he's about to tell me to go to somewhere. I think he was going to say TBI, and he says, "What do you have?" I told him, and a person came out. Yesterday, I wanted to say the person's name. I'm not going to today. But this person basically looked at what I had, said, "I don't know what that is, but I'm not keeping it." Didn't even let me come in the building. Friday, I went in the building, sat in a room. I was there 35 minutes. I told you, I was here maybe 10 minutes and I waited 7. Maybe 10 minutes and I waited 8. As soon as I met this guy, it was 2 minutes, 3 minutes max. I'm a positive guy, so I don't want to say some things I'm thinking right now. Let's just say I got very frustrated. So he tells me, you need to take this to Sumner County. They're the lead investigators. I say, okay, and I leave. I left the FBI, okay? So that was a no. And then I went to here, the TBI. And I can talk as this plays because, if it'll play, because there's no audio. I took it out. So I went to the TBI. Big. They've got crime lab. They got all kinds, a whole campus. So this is in the very back of the building, the main building. I went in there. There's a lobby, sill on the floor, you know. Anyway, there was a lady behind the glass. She had a little intercom. And then there was a guy standing behind her. I don't know if he was I don't know if she was either. I don't know if they were both actual officers or what their role was or is. So I show what I have and I say what I have, evidence, and they say, call the tip line. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've never been to the TBI. FBI once before. I had a great experience. This one was not. And then I'm standing here going, what? Call the tip line. I said, but I don't have a tip. I have potential evidence. I'm standing in front of you. Call the tip line. So I sat in their lobby and I called the tip line. The operator was phenomenal. I mean, I don't know if she's a mother, grandmother, just a good person. She was phenomenal. I wish I knew her name. I would say her name. I don't know it. I was on hold for like 30 seconds. She came back. I'm so sorry it's taking so long. She repeated my name, blah, blah, blah. Then I get the missing persons person, female. And so as I do with anything, I'm Michael Silvers. Who am I speaking with? You're speaking with missing persons. And I almost dropped my phone. What I wanted to say is, were you given a birth name? I mean, can we have a conversation here? Didn't even want to tell me you're speaking with Jill. You're speaking with Blanche. Right? No, nothing. So I tell the story. I tell what I have. You need to go to Sumner County. So I hang the phone up. Very frustrated, very disappointed. So I walk back. You see how far I am. I'm parked in the very back. And Silver's too, in the car waiting on me, saw the frustration. And I said, you know, I don't have any personal experience with Sumner County. But I'm going to talk about now what I know of Sumner County. And then I'm going to discuss my experience. So here we go. Let me do this. Just to get that one down. Sebastian Rogers, say his name. Gone 295 days, ladies and gentlemen. Say his name. So here we go. So let's play this and we'll discuss. I don't believe there's any audio here. Not that I cut any audio out. I just didn't say anything. This was me waiting outside. You can see me back there. This is where you're getting a thumbnail from, a freeze of this. So, there it is, Ford Edge, black. I said that in another video over the search. So, we'll leave it right here. So, I've never been here. So, FBI Monday was the second visit from Friday to Monday. TBI first here. And just to give you an idea, I drove 11 miles to get to the FBI in one direction. I had to go 11 more miles to the TBI in another direction. And then from there, 25 more miles to here in another direction. But that's okay. We're trying to find Sebastian. So I get here and I make a point to say, don't go in frustrated, right? They've never met you. They don't know what's going on. You're trying to find Sebastian. Just go in normal. That was the game plan. But here's what I knew. You know, the guy at the FBI I'm just going to state this. I said, I don't trust Sumner County. And that's alleged in my opinion. And he asked me why. And I guess I was so frustrated by that time, I gave him one example, but here are some examples, okay? I know Julie Skolnick has called and left a voicemail for Blanche, a tip. I know that she has left a voicemail for, I believe it's a Detective Carter. Okay? She's left 2 voicemails over a course of a week each. First to Blanche, week later to Carter, and then there's been a week in between. So I've been thinking on my toes there with the FBI guy and not been as frustrated. I said, well, look, someone left a tip and it's been 3 weeks and no return phone call. That's number one. Number two, Green Hoodie. One of the things about Green Hoodie that I want everyone to think about is this. You know, one of the first things that when the video came out, allegedly in my opinion, when the video came out, the people that were against releasing this video, or call them whatever, that I don't know what they're thinking, just, constantly knocking any kind of thing that gets released. That's all I'll say about that. They were like, well, Sumner County had this video since day one for 10 months, 9 months, 3 weeks, whatever it was, last week or so when they released it. 9 months. So here's my point. If they had this video that long, and there's obvious interaction between Katie Proudfoot and Green Hoodie. I'm going to go ahead and say allegedly in my opinion, because it is my opinion, but watch it for yourself. You can count the seconds they stand there and have a conversation. They say something. Could it be her saying, what are you doing near my car? Could it be Green Hoodie going on, can you give me some money? Could it be Green Hoodie going, you have a beautiful car, I just want to tell you when you get. It could be 5 different, 10 different, 100 different things. But they had some kind of interaction, in my opinion. Disclaimer on the wall, right? So if you've had this video and you've watched it, and now you say, now after it's been released by another agency, now you did an interview? So I have to ask the question, why didn't you do an interview 9 months ago? So I don't know personally about this organization here. I'm just looking for Sebastian and get them involved when we come to evidence or find him, right? But you have to ask these questions. I mean, it's like, oh, Green Hoodie's cleared. Well, then why didn't you clear Green Hoodie 9 months ago, right? You ever been with a friend and you say something happens. Let's just say, let me give you an example here. Let's just say you're driving down the road and you accidentally hit a car, or the car hits you, and your friend's in the passenger side. And you go, I didn't see that car coming. And the friend says, I did. What are you going to say? Why didn't you tell me to stop? You got to be careful what you say. Oh, we had this video for 9 months. Well, then why didn't you interview the person talking to the mother of the missing child, Sebastian Rogers? Say his name. Gone 295 days, Sebastian Rogers. Ladies and gentlemen, gone from his home. Let's take a minute and think about this. You're a child. You're an adult. You're a human being. Your home is your sanctuary. It is the safest place for you to be. And through all this, we haven't heard from the parents, the parent and the step-parent, say he was abducted from his home. Someone came in and got him. That becomes something entirely different. He just walked out. What did he walk away from? Just questions, right? So, anyway, those would have been some of the things I could have said. So anyway, but I don't have my personal thing. So I had 25 miles when I left the TBI to drive here. And I say to Silvers 2, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to just relax. I'm going to calm down. Okay. As I've said before, when she had to calm me down in the video, I'm very passionate about a lot of things in my life. Almost everything, it seems like. A lot of enthusiasm. And I'm passionate about finding Sebastian Rogers. And so when I feel like I'm trying to, let me say this, and I don't want to be, how do I say this? I don't want to make this sound horrific, but if I had Sebastian in my hands, alive or not alive, and I'm trying to hand him to FBI, and I'm trying to hand him to TBI, would they treat me the way they treated me on those 2 days? Would they say to me, you need to take him to Sumner County? Or would they rush out and grab him? That's what I'm talking about. That's how I felt. Unfortunately, I didn't have him in my hands, but I wish I did. So I go to Sumner County and I clear my head. You know what? Let's see what happens. So what did happen? We'll go back here and I'll kind of walk you through this here. So I should have shot back as I walked up, but you see I'm parked right up front. ATL, that's right. That's how you know it's my car. Black ATL. Just saying. So this is it's actually in Gallatin, Tennessee. I think is where this is, Gallatin, Tennessee. So which is adjacent to Hendersonville. So you pull up, and you see you're right there, okay? And you know, you have a door here, and you have a door here, and much like at the TBI, not the TBI. TBI you can walk in. You can just walk in, and then you have a person you're looking at. FBI has a call box too. Door's locked, and I'm sure this door is too. But when we pulled up, and I got to tell you this because this is why I love Silvers too, right? First thing she said is look, because she couldn't see. You can see where we're parked over here. She can't see this door, and I couldn't either until I got out. But she saw this. She goes, look, they have Sebastian's missing flyer up. This is the first one that came out, ladies and gentlemen. See it? And it's fantastic. And I was like, wow. And I get out of the car. As I start walking, I see here, boom, they have it again right here. Right here. Have it again. So that's fantastic. And that gave me a good, warm feeling. It's like, okay, you know, I know they haven't returned some calls. I know they've done interviews late. I know it feels like they're not doing anything. But let's just see. So as I'm walking up to the front door, a detective's walking. I believe he was a detective. Very nice guy. Okay, so let's go back. FBI, one person, two people in front of me at the TBI, an operator on the phone, and a missing persons person. 5 people I've encountered. 5 people I've encountered at this time. Only one has been cordial to me. And that was the operator. I wish I knew her name. So now I'm here, and we meet at the door. And he opens the door up, and he says, can I help you? And I said, yes, I'd like to see the detective who's working on the Sebastian Rogers case. Is he here or she here? I don't know. He goes, I believe so. Can you wait right there? I said, sure. So he goes away. Another person goes in, and the door doesn't close. It's just kind of sitting there. So that's when I did the video, standing outside. I did notice here, you can see that they still have the previous, rest in peace, Mr. Weatherford. This is the previous sheriff. They still have his name up in honor of him. That's a good thing. And so, anyway, so I turned to Silvers too, and I'm like, you know, hopefully this is good. And so as I stand there for a minute, I go, well, the door's open. So I opened it and I went in. And just as I went in, you'll see right here too, if you can see. Just as I went in, right here, this door, that's Sheriff Craddock's office. Right here, to say sheriff up here, but you can't see but that's his office. So I went in, steps go down, then there's this poster here of like all the police officers or sheriff county's officer. I don't know what they call them exactly. But anyway, so I go in. As soon as I step in, the same guy steps out of a door right here, and he goes, did they buzz you in? I go, oh, no, the door was cracked, so I just came in. He goes, okay. So we start talking, and the time we start talking, another person comes here. They're leaving. I think he was also an officer. And this guy I just met who went looking for the detective was writing down and saying, what is your name and phone number? So he's writing it down. He's writing down my number. When he finishes, I said, where is he? Well, he's in a meeting right now. And at that time, I guess I gave him a look to where he said, look, hold on a second. That didn't sound right. He said something else. I can't remember exactly what he said. I can't remember the words, but he said, I apologize. That sounded like Sebastian's not as important as his meeting. Absolutely, that's not the case. And at that point, I did this, ladies and gentlemen. I said, may I shake your hand? Now, this other officer is witnessing this. I don't know. I think we were in his way for him leaving. I don't think he was trying to listen to our conversation. I didn't realize that because I'm blocking the door. But he wasn't asking us to move either, just letting us talk. So I shook this, I believe, detective's hand, officer at least, and I said, I shake your hand for this reason. you're the first person to acknowledge how important it is that we have a missing child over 9 months, 9.5 months. Because I've been to the FBI today, I've been to the TBI today, and they basically told me to get lost. At least that's how I feel. And he says to me, I'm sorry for that experience. You are correct. And at that time, I did this. I said, when I leave this office, I'm going back to Atlanta, Georgia. I don't live here. I rolled out my arms and said, where do you think I got these scratches from? I didn't get them sitting in a hotel. I got them out looking for this boy, Sebastian Rogers. Say his name. At this time, he says, you're absolutely right. Let me go get him. I said, all I need is 5 minutes or less. At this time, the other guy leaves and he goes, and I make my way down here and I start looking at these and wondering if Craddock is going to walk by or anything, or if he was in his office. I think maybe this front part is secretary and then his is in the back. I don't know. I didn't really look in there. So the detective comes out, and all in all, it was a good meeting. I'll admit, and if he's listening, this is just how I felt. I'll admit when he came out, I felt like I was intruding. I felt like he didn't want to talk to me. That's exactly how I felt. I look back on it, and I don't know why I didn't say, am I bothering you right now? I'm here for a missing child, 16 years old, Sebastian Rogers, say his name. Am I bothering you? But I didn't, because that's just not how I interact with people. I'm always on the positive. So somebody can come at me hard, and my goal is to turn it around. So what happened? Hi, I'm Michael Silvers. Nice to meet you. I've been searching for Sebastian the last 2 days. I think I may have something of importance, and I wanted to bring it to you. So I opened up my portfolio, carrier, whatever you want to call it, notebook, and I show him what I have. And much like the FBI, what is this? I go, well, that's the thing. I don't know what it is. And he says, why is this not in the field? Why is it here with us in the office? Why is it not where you found it? I said, well, here's the thing. I respect your time. Your time is valuable. We have a missing boy. Say his name, Sebastian Rogers. We have a missing boy. If I call you out to the field and I waste your time and it's nothing, we've wasted time. Now, it could be something. I know exactly where I found it. It's geolocated. I went back the next day to double check. I have videos of where I found it on the ground. I've picked it up with gloves. I've put it in a plastic container. And between you and me, it's one of another. It's either plastic or bone. And I need someone to determine which. Because I found many deer bone. Many on these. I came across more deer bones Saturday, Sunday, mainly Saturday because I could see more, than I have in probably all my searches. I even found a buck that had like 6 points on it. I think it's in one of the videos. So we looked at it, we analyzed it, and I don't want to say he was being rude, but it's almost like, you interrupt somebody, like he probably was having a really important meeting going on. Maybe his first few moments, it was only maybe 30 seconds, was like, hey, you're taking me out of an important meeting, it better be good. But it really quickly turned, and as it turned and we started talking about what he's holding, when we're looking at, Craddock did walk down the hall, went into his, I saw him, but he never stopped and said anything to us, and went on into his office. But anyway, so this is Detective Carter. Julie was right. It's a Detective Carter on the case. So he's a very nice guy. And I'll admit, I didn't think that was going to be the case at first. So Detective Carter, if you're listening, very nice guy. He took the evidence I found on Saturday. He took the cell phone I found many weeks ago in Westmoreland. We stood and we talked. It was a yes. So what do we say here? And I'm not trying to bust or put down Say his name, Sebastian Rogers. 9 months, 3 weeks, gone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to put down anyone, but where did I go Monday? 12/16/24. FBI, they said no. TBI, they said no. Sumner County Sheriff's Office, SCSO, said yes. So that's where the evidence went. If you'll go to the thumbnail and take a look. Spoke with the detective. What did he say? Evidence turned over. He took it. He took the cell phone, and he took the item. I'll just call it an item. That if it is what it could be, huge. If it's not that, be it animal, be it something else, be it plastic, then, we check it off and we continue searching, right? We continue searching. So where do we stand? I kept saying, I found it here. He says, here's my card. Email me all the particulars. So I did. I sent a very detailed email. As soon as we left, we drove down the street 20 or 30 miles because Silver's 2 will drive for me. And then we'll stop at customers. I see my customers on the way back and stuff like that. But as she drove, I sent the email off. I sent every link to the location I found, stuff. Because I'll tell you, there's one other thing. I sent photos, videos, everything. He has it. And that was approximately within an hour of me leaving the office. I said, you have my contact information. You'll have it in the email. Plus, you already have it. They've given it to you. Call me at any time. Anything I can do to help you. The other thing I found are pants. You saw that in the video. I put them in. I didn't video this. This is very sensitive. Let me just say this. I'm not trying to hype it up. I'm not trying to get people to go, oh, what it is. It will be revealed to you when it is. Whether it's nothing, I have no problem saying, hey, I thought it was something huge and it's nothing. That's just who I am. I'm trying to. I've found a lot of different things. You've pointed out things in videos. Thank you so much, bringing your eyes to the scene too. Silver's on the scene. We're there on scene where we believe he might be, or was at some time. Did he drop something? Did he leave something? Right. So, but I have to make that determination when I'm there. I have to make it. And when I have the car guy 1 and the car guy 2, or have Terry Lynn with me, they help. That's why you take more than one searcher, at least 2 others, it helps. And car guy 1 and 2 weren't with me when I physically found it. So I showed it to them and they felt the same way. So it was almost a validation. So we had to take it in. And it's in now, so they have it. So I will follow up with Detective Carter. I will follow up and then I will report that. And whether it's what it could be or nothing, we want to get that answer. And once we have it, you'll know. Okay? And maybe at that time, especially at that time, if it's not, then I'll show you what it looks like and we'll talk about it. Okay? And the reason I took it to the FBI, and the reason I took it to the TBI, and the reason it ultimately handed off to Detective Carter, Sumner County Sheriff's Department. Thank you, Detective Carter. Thank you so much. I don't know if you even realize, maybe it was a thing of me interrupting your meeting or whatever, but it was fine. We had a great meeting. Good guy, I can tell. It sounds like, it looks like, from my feelings, he's working to find Sebastian. And if you need my help, Detective Carter, searching information, just call me, email me. So I'm going to follow up with that and I'll let you know. Okay, so there it is. It was FBI no, TBI no, Sumner County yes. So I don't have the phone anymore. So if the FBI does call me in regards to the phone, I'll just send them over to Detective Carter with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. I want to know what the item I found is based on where I found it, the reason I was there. There were some pants nearby. These pants to me do not look like they could fit Sebastian, okay? Pants that look like they should have a drawstring, but there wasn't one in it. There was no size. Based on the way they looked, I would say double X, at least X, if not double X. They've been in the water. I don't know if that affects it. There was a blanket nearby too. There were suspicious things, but like I said to him, I go, you still have a blanket and some pants out there that may be of relevance. So all I'm looking for you to do is test what I gave you. Determine what the material is. Is it human? If it is, we got to go further in testing. That's number one. Number two, if it is, you need to go out there and search that area. Maybe you do need to recover that blanket and those pants. They're not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Okay? So I don't want to give you the exact location you saw earlier where we were searching. That's all I'm going to say on that. So that's it. That's it. We have, as the thumbnail says, we searched. We did not know we were coming back to the FBI on Monday. We did, to try to turn in more evidence. What I wanted to accomplish with the FBI is meet the case agent. He was not there. Again, he was not there for Sebastian, and go, hey, just go ahead and keep the phone, and here's this new piece of evidence. That didn't happen. TBI, nothing happened. And then we got to Sumner County Sheriff's Department, and there you go. So let me say to all three agencies, especially Sumner County, since you are the lead, Silver's on the Scene is here. Michael Silvers, I'm here. You have my phone number. You have Silvers on the Scene at yahoo.com, right? Contact me. For all those people that say in comments, even some of the comments that are good, positive comments, they always will say, you got to get law enforcement involved. I told you I will. When I find something that I believe could be relevant to bringing Sebastian home, it will be taken in. Or maybe from now on, it might be, hey, I'll call you to the scene, right? I'll call you to the scene. So, to the field, if you will, right? Where I find it, and we can talk from there. So, going back on Sunday was to verify the locations and to see, we look for other stuff too. Sometimes at night too. I wouldn't even call it night. It's not night. It's only 4:30. But it's dark. When you're searching the dark, the one good thing, you see my flashlight. You're not seeing anything on that video but what the flashlight is illuminating. So if you'll watch like the CSI shows and stuff like that, I always wonder, why are you in a dark room? Well, they're looking with their flashlight, and it will find stuff. So next time you drop a screw or something small on the floor, maybe cut the lights out and turn the flashlight on, or even leave the lights on but turn the flashlight on, and you'll be able to see better. So I did notice that. It kind of, and you look in that little area too. So there it is, right? Thank you for everybody who helped me search. Thank you for let's see, please. Oh yeah. Thank you for helping me, Terry Lynn. Thank you helping me, Car Guy 1 and Car Guy 2. And Sumner County, thank you for being more receptive than the first two agencies. And Detective Carter, thank you for a nice conversation, for taking the evidence. Possible evidence, okay? Possible evidence. Hopefully it leads us closer to finding Sebastian Rogers. And hopefully he's alive and well. And he's happy and he's healthy. And he's looking forward to Christmas coming. Okay, so I hope that sums it up and gives you an idea of what's going on. Emails. Let me address emails real quick. Emails. I have a lot of emails. Let me just tell you this. I'm not trying to get any brownie points or people to go, oh, you're great, Silvers. I do like them though. But I do like the compliments, but I'm not fishing for them here. I'm just telling you what I do and why you may not have a reply. Well, here's how I do my emails. There's a lot waiting. There's over 100. Easily over 100. And those are just from like Friday. I'm tired, ladies and gentlemen. I'm tired. And that's no excuse. But here's my thing. I can hand the emails off to Silvers too. She'll read them. She'll tell me about them. I'll read a little bit when I see the notification. I may click on it and see a little bit of something. But don't worry, you're going to get a reply. You'll always get a reply. As I said in my video, it may be thank you and a green heart for Sebastian. Say his name, Sebastian Rogers. Depending on what the email contains. But if it contains stuff that I think is great, you're going to get a great, and they're always coming from me. They're always coming from me. I haven't assigned that to anybody else. There's who else are there? Silvers 1 and Silvers 2, right? But now the comments, she'll read those more than me because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wondering about. I have a lot of respect for some of these creators. They have a lot of subs, right? Because I don't know how they do it. So once again, with the comments, I get alerts. I'll read a few of those. You'll see. But Silvers 2 is reading those too, and she won't just heart back or make a comment without telling me about it. We discuss it. Oh, she said this, she said that. I saw a comment earlier on my last video about relationship between someone at the sheriff's department and, stepdad. But I'm not going to get into all that, right? But I'll read some of that, and maybe I'll make a reply or something. But I just want to let everybody know, especially from the emails, some of the emails that I've seen for over this weekend, like I think I saw one today that said, hey, somebody wants to go search with you. I'm not there anymore. Once again, full-time job, live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm able to go to Sumner County. I'm able to go to Memphis because I'm a sales rep, and I have all of Tennessee and all of Georgia. So that's how I'm able to go. I go into town to do my job, to meet with customers, and while I'm there, I've been looking for Sebastian Rogers. And that's I feel like I'm able when I have the freedom to get there. And what I do is I finish up my job on Friday. I don't come back home when I'm in Sebastian's home. I'm in Nashville. And so then I stay over Friday night and Saturday night. And Saturday and Sunday I search. I actually had plans on coming back Sunday, but when I found what I found on Saturday, I knew I had to take it in Monday morning. And that led me searching with Terry on Sunday. So there you go. I just giving you a recap. Emails will be answered. Might not be tonight, but it'll be in the next couple of days. So if you have a pressing email, if you're the one that said, hey, someone wants to search with you, or hey, if you're go look here, go look there. Some will say if you're still in town because they know, as we just said, my schedule. And unfortunately, I'm not there. Okay. However, I do know people there. Car Guy 1 and 2, Terry Lynn. I've met a couple of other people. Not going to say their names just yet. So I have resources from a standpoint of friends. I call them friends and actually family. Okay. And so Terry Lynn, if you're listening, thank you for your gift to Silvers 2. Really for her, but for me too. So thank you so much. Say his name, ladies and gentlemen. Sebastian Rogers. Gone 295 days, 9 months, 3 weeks. 9 months, 3 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Sebastian, if you're out there and you just find yourself hearing this, we're missing you, son. Your family's missing you. Your dad missing you. Allegedly, in my opinion, I don't know about some other people if they're missing. That's all I'll say. But there's a lot of people missing you. There's a lot of people that know your name. So if you're listening, if anyone is listening and you know where Sebastian is, Sebastian, if you're listening, call somebody. 911 is the simplest, quickest thing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're hearing this, somehow you found your way here. And I know it's towards the end, but if you found your way here, you see somebody who looks like Sebastian, 911. You overhear somebody talking about Sebastian, they have him, 911. The goal is to bring him home alive and well. And that always is the goal for Silvers on the Scene. My searches, maybe I'm searching for something else. But every time I come up with nothing means he could still be alive. And that's the goal. And you will hear me state that what I took in, the possible evidence I took in, I hope I'm wrong on that. I hope I'm really wrong. Right? I'd much rather somebody go, you thought that was this when it was this? Absolutely I did. Laugh all you want because I'm trying to find Sebastian Rogers. And that's no laughing matter. So if it's not what I think it is, I hope I'm wrong. I've said it many times. My theories and what I think happened, allegedly in my opinion, I hope I'm wrong. Because the other way is he's live, he's well, and he's safe, hopefully happy and healthy. All right? Say his name, Sebastian Rogers, gone 295 days, 9 months, 3 weeks. No distraction in finding Sebastian. Bring him home. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll say this before I get off here. Emails. There's been a lot of Forge Lake, Forge Pond. That is in Sutherland, Oregon. Sutherland, Oregon. Were they there, KP and CP? I don't know. Were they not? Were they? Allegedly they were. I can't get to Oregon. Much like the emails that come and say, I'd love to help you, sir. I can't get to Oregon. And if I did, what am I going to do? I can't go into the pond. I don't have that, or the lake. It's a big, they call it Forge Pond. It's a big, like, park. It's a big pond. So if you really feel strongly like he's there, please send that information to FBI, TBI, Sumner County, Oregon State Police, I guess you would say, Oregon Bureau of Investigation, I guess it'd be the OBI, Dog the Bounty Hunter, at night. I don't have that far of reach if you go. And I don't think he's there. So, but who knows, right? Anything's possible. Keep sending the emails. Keep sending the great compliments. Sebastian, let's throw this back up here. I got to do this. And I'm not trying to get any points here. It ain't about points. It's about finding Sebastian. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the front of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. And there it is. You go to grab that handle, you see Sebastian. There he is too. I just watched a video earlier from 8 months ago when they were talking about awareness and stuff. And they're about keeping his awareness alive. They're waiting on that person to call and say, guess who I just saw 30 miles from Hendersonville, Tennessee, thanks to your flyers, right? So let's keep his awareness alive. That's how we find him. And let's bring him home. All right? That's it. Sebastian Rogers, say his name, missing teen, now 16. Where is Sebastian Rogers? Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your support. It really, really, really means a lot. You know, when you come back to this disclaimer here, we talk about allegedly, in my opinion, all that throughout the video. The biggest thing here I wanted to make sure I put, thank you for your support. I mean it. Thank you. You know, it means a lot. And I've met just over the last couple of weeks even more people. I'm about to get back with one now. You know who you are if you're watching this. I'm not going to say your name. So thank you for all the help. We will find Sebastian one way or the other. Never give up. No matter how frustrated I get from time to time, I always step back. I've learned this throughout my career and my life. Step back, take a deep breath, keep the positivity flowing. You can get so much more. What's that old saying? You get so much more with honey than you do vinegar, I think it is. You can say salt too, right? So just be nice. I say I don't have it up here now, but you look at my description be kind and courteous to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, and I don't want to get on a lesson here, but it's true. I'm 54 years old. And I can tell you this. One of the times I have the worst inside feeling about like something's not right is when I'm upset with somebody. Right? Be kind to everyone. It's a shining light. We're all going to have rainy days, but just be kind to everyone. Even if you're going through a rainy day, I had a manager tell me long ago, if you're going through a bad day, a rainy day, don't go see any more customers that day because they don't need to see you not having a great day. And it's so true. So stay positive, especially trying to find Sebastian. Forget all that. Ignore all that distraction. That's why I say no distraction. Ignore it. Sometimes people email me or comment, hey, so-and-so. Everybody's got a right to their opinion, okay? They have their own things they have to deal with. Let's stay positive. Let's find Sebastian. Let's get him home, okay? So, just want to say that. Smile. Smile. Someone says something mean, smile. Someone says something that's not kind, smile. You have a choice to be kind and courteous, and I wish that upon all of you. Just smile. All right? Turn that frown upside down. Sebastian Rogers, say his name. Thank you very much. Have a great evening, Tuesday evening. As soon as I find out, there could be other information coming your way. If I see that we need to get a video out there for something, absolutely. Or the next video could be, hey, we tested this and it's this. Either way, you're going to know. Because thank you for helping us trying to find Sebastian Rogers. It will take us all. So keep the emails coming. Keep the comments coming. Keep your thoughts coming. Do your own research. The power of many will find Sebastian Rogers. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. And as always, stay tuned. Silver's on the scene. More to come. Thank you.